What's up, y'all? Welcome to Cutting Time. In this video, we're gonna be talking about this kiln right here that I built about a year back. Didn't film any of it. It's a pain to walk around with the camera, but we're gonna give you guys a tour of it, talk about it. Does it work? What can be made better? We're gonna be doing a few things to it, but just giving you guys a tour, letting you guys know that it's out there. We worked hard, and so let's talk about it. All right, so here it is. Did the, what would you call that? Little post foundation, quickcrete, 4x4s, pressure treated, and then just framed it out with 2x4s. Let's get on the inside here. All right, here we go. Opening this thing up. What do we got going on in here? So let's check it out. 4x4s, pressure treated. And then we went with whatever this stuff's called, Advantech on the floor. I think this is framed out with 2x8s. Yeah, 2x8s or 2x10s. But 2x4s through here. No insulation right now, as you'll see. This thing gets pretty warm, but no insulation at the moment. I did insulate the floor, and then I figured out I can always insulate it later. So that's where we're at with this. Let me zoom out a little bit. For the roof, went with the Tough Techs. Got these from Lowe's and Home Depot. These are pretty pricey, but not too hard to put in. Just takes a long time. And I built this whole thing with no nail gun, so that should have bought a nail gun. Could have saved myself probably a month of my life if I got a nail gun. But that's where we're at. I think it's 12 foot high. Yeah, it looks like 12 foot high. And swinging doors. But anyway, what do we got going on? Fan system. We got this little fan off Amazon, blowing air out. I have seen people blowing the air out. I might need to switch it up, but I've tried a couple different things where blowing air in, blowing air out. Had another fan over this way that I had to take out because it died on me. I think it was getting a lot of rain, so they're just cheap little solar fans. And then this is the big one up here. This one's pretty powerful. I actually had one of those other cheap fans up there, but that one broke. But so that thing, the sun's not really out right now, but it's blowing pretty hard. And when the sun's really out, it will, you can hear it. So that's where we're at. It doesn't work that good. Let's see what we got going on here. We got these slabs. This is, I believe, white oak. It might be red oak, but I think it's white oak. Tree guy told me it's white oak, so go figure. So I've had these in here for about a year now, and you can see they've been drying. I mean, that is accelerated drying, that's for sure. You can see the gaps in that knot. But the problem is it'll dry on the top, but it won't dry on the bottom. And then another problem is it'll just dry the very outside of it, but then when you get to the inside, you know, you got to plane off half an inch or whatever to flatten these out because they warp a little bit during the drying. You take off half an inch, the inside of it, the core turns out being 30% moisture. So solar kiln might not be a good option for the thick slabs if you're going to be doing woodworking, like fine woodworking, you know, the kind of stuff I'd be doing, fine woodworking. But I think it's good enough for store-bought lumber, because you go to Lowe's and whatnot, and you'll buy these 2x4s, and the moisture meter just gets the high reading. Like you don't even, it's not even 30%, it's like 50%. So I think as long as you're getting a reading that says 6%, even if it is moisture in the core, that is acceptable for like stick framing or whatever, like we did here. So that's what I got going on. A couple improvements I think could be made. We're actually going to do them today. This old fan thing, we're going to take that old fan thing down, get it out of the way. That's going to open up the air a little bit better. I should have taken that down a long time ago, but you know, whatever. And then the next thing we're going to do is, you see I got these board and batten type things. Cut these little strips out with my sawmill. That's what the outside looks like. And I've been in the process of staining it to make it look a little bit better, make it last longer. I've been staining it. You can see I ran out of stain. I went and got some more. That's what we'll be doing. And then I need to put the batten strips on these two sides. So it's got two sides that are stained and battened, two sides that don't. So we're gonna do that real quick, and you guys can follow along if you want. All right, y'all, first step of the renovation of the kiln, got to cut some battens out. I had an old, real, like 13-foot long almost poplar board sitting over there. So we're doing that, cutting a little 1.5 by 1 strips. And then found these little 2x6s sitting in the mud. Been over there forever. Probably filled with termites, but that's okay. Actually, they don't have termites. But yeah, 2x6s, had a bunch of them. So cut strips out of them, 3 at a time, 1 inch thick, 2 inches wide. And that went pretty smooth. Pretty smooth. Okay, now, so we're using poplar for the side. First thing, had to put a little border of 3-inch wide molding, if you want to call it. Decoration type molding. That's what we're going to call it. Decoration molding. But anyway, I'm using a jigsaw for this whole thing because I didn't want to run a power cord out there. That would take a few minutes. So I was rocking a jigsaw, and I think I'm better with a jigsaw than a skill saw anyway. And this is super simple stuff. So jigsaw's cool. Battery powered jigsaw. Very cool. Right here, you know, this is a pretty exciting shot. You guys are going to want to check this out. Pretty good craftsmanship right there, if you ask me. A little bit of Japanese carpentry to start your day. Nailing that in. And now it's going to move quick. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom. So we're moving quick. These, I found it was easier to just cut your 45 and then throw it up there. And then, like, don't even measure it. Just throw the 45 up there, then measure the square cut. Because it's harder to measure with the 45 on there. But anyway, I think it's looking pretty good. Throwing these in real quick. Just got a few left. Is he going to get it in? Is he going to get it? Whew, looks like he got it. Looks pretty good. But it's going to look even better. Y'all stay tuned. You're not going to want to miss it. Stay tuned. I promise. It's going to get exciting. It's going to get crazy, honestly. Oh, what'd I tell you guys? So we're going to clean this up a little bit. Pretty straight line. Kind of just eyeballed it. But so we're throwing this little roof piece up. Broke it up into sections because my board wasn't straight. Boom, boom. Put that up pretty quick. Nice. And that's going to keep any rainwater. Those panels kind of ran out, so a little bit of rainwater was getting in there. And that's not good for a kiln because we want dry air. If you're dumping water in there, it's never going to dry out. So that will assist. Keeping it moving with the decorative molding across the bottom. And these just fly, dude. Like, I was moving. Once you get it down, it flies. You just got to get it down first. So yeah, we're moving pretty quick here with that. Those 2x6s I turned into little strips. These are a little bit bigger. The other ones are 1.5 inch everywhere else on there, but I figure since it's the backside, you could do 2 inches there. So almost got it. Almost there. Nice. All right, there it is. Looks pretty good. I'm happy with it. The poplar didn't take the stain too good, but I think it's just because those boards were still kind of green. I should have given it a week or so to dry out, but pretty happy with it. I think it looks good. Looks a lot better than it did, that's for sure. So, looks a lot better. Now we just got to get it working, and that'll be for another video. Thanks for watching, y'all.